Hey everyone, Tech OG here, representing those over 40 and up with other tech. And this is going to be an unboxing and a review of this computer I purchased on eBay. This is the Microsoft Surface Book 3. Can't believe I got this. And I wasn't really necessarily in the market of another computer, but I was getting a little tired, in a sense. I mean, not too tired, but connecting my Dell 7200 2-in-1. It has a Thunderbolt port, and that's my Lenovo NVIDIA graphics dock. Basically one of a kind. It's a very fantastic dock. It has a NVIDIA GTX 1050 graphics card in there, and usually when I'm playing the Nintendo Switch emulator, the user emulator, I have to connect it to that in order to get more frames per second, because the integrated graphics on the 7200 is really minimum. It's Intel UHD 620, and that barely, and I mean barely, can run the games on Yuzu. And the game that I play the most is Diablo 3. So I need to have the frames per second, especially when I'm doing my raids and stuff. So I said to myself, I needed a computer that has its own graphics card in it. However, I needed one that had the same functionality as the 7200 2-in-1, whereas it can be doubled as or go into tablet mode. So the Surface Book 3 is the closest 2-in-1 that does that, where the top part detaches and it becomes its own tablet. So this particular version I have ordered, well, at first I was looking for the 13.5 inch because I like the smaller computers. I don't like the heavy weight of bigger computers. So I did find one on eBay. However, when I received it, I received the 15 inch and contacted the seller. I'm like, you realize you sent me the 15 instead of 13, because I paid for the 13.5, got the 15, so I got a pretty good deal. Like I said, right now this is unboxing. I'm gonna do the review, so I'm gonna talk about the price itself after, talk about the unboxing. So just getting it out of the box, 15 inch. This is 4.22 pounds, and it's not terribly heavy, but it's heavier than what I usually carry. And like I said, because it's 15 inches, it's a lot wider than most computers. This is all aluminum, so it's definitely premium built. The keyboard, as it has been reviewed by others, I mean, it feels great. I'm not a typist, but typing on here is a lot different, and the keys feel a lot springier than most keyboards that I've used. I mean, nothing wrong with my Dell 7200 keyboard. Now this is still cool too, but the keys sound louder. Those sound, it just sounds much quieter, especially if you're typing at night. You don't disturb anybody if you're typing in bed or whatever. So the specs on this bad boy, and I went out on the specs because I want to make sure that if I do get a computer, it's going to be future-proofed. So I got it came with the i7 1065 G7. That's basically a 10th generation. Like I said, the Intel UHD 620 graphics. No, excuse me. No, this came with its own graphic card. So it does have an Intel integrated graphics card in the tablet mode, but I'm not going to use that. It came with in the keyboard its own graphics card, so it came with the NVIDIA 1660 Ti. So with that graphics card, it eliminates me having that graphics dock, so that I can play my Nintendo the Yuzu emulator, the Nintendo Switch Yuzu emulator, pretty much anywhere. So this also came with 32 gigabytes of RAM, 3000 by 2000 resolution screen. The bezels are thin, but not as thin as the Dell XPS bezels. But it is integrated with Windows Hello, so you can just open it up, it'll read your face, and it'll turn on. So you lift the lid, scan your face, and it'll operate for you, it'll turn on for you. So, like I said, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, and according to Microsoft, it's the fastest SSD on the market. So, like I said, getting the 15-inch was a big surprise, and said to myself, yeah, let me try it out and see how it works. So I got it a couple of days ago and told the seller I'll try it out and see if it can fit the bill for what I needed to do. So the first thing, and here's the review part, so let me talk about the things that I do like about it. Like I said, keyboard first. Feels good, and I definitely like that the keys are not loud when you are typing. The real estate of the screen is great. The picture, when you look at the display looks really, really nice. Lifting it up and opening it up is pretty easy. It stays steady. It doesn't move when you try to open it. What else I like about it? Like I said, I like that it detaches, so I can use this in tablet mode. Too bad there's nothing to hold it in one hand, so you have to buy an accessory to keep it steady in your hand, because you definitely don't want to drop this. These are pretty expensive. So using it in everyday, the way that I use it as a teacher, as a music teacher, drawing on the screen. Oh yeah, the Microsoft Pen is sold separately with this, so that'll cost you another, depends on which one you get, between $60 and $100 for just the pen. And the pen can range from, I think, 1074 pressure points of sensitivity to with the newest pen of 4096 points. So the accessories you have to buy separately as well. So like I said, using it every day, it's pretty cool. The trackpad is nice. It feels real smooth. It's not as big as some other trackpads that are on newer computers, but it still gets the job done. So nothing to complain about there. And it's clickable. What else? So like I said, using it in my everyday, it's really zippy. I mean, 32 gigabytes of RAM gives you some very fast speeds, and it allows you to process and use a lot of applications at once. So using PowerPoint, getting on the internet, playing some casual games, having all those windows open at the same time did not slow this baby down at all. And like I said, the graphics card that is in the keyboard, so it's here, not in here. Because when you detach it, it goes into the integrated graphics, and that slows things down. So playing AAA games would not be ideal in tablet mode. So you mainly have to keep it on the base to play a lot of the cool games. That is something that I was trying to avoid in a sense. I wish that everything was made in just the tablet, but that can't happen, especially with graphics cards being pretty sizable. So those were all of my pros. So all of the things that I did like. Things I don't like about this, and I've had a Surface Book before, the very first one, without a graphics card. So the first thing that I knew that I was not gonna like, especially using this as a music teacher, is this. So when you are drawing on the screen, the top part, the hinge is nice, but it doesn't keep the lid or the screen steady. So when you're drawing on it, it bounces, and it bounces heavy. So you got to hold it with one hand in order to draw on it. And so using this through hybrid teaching and remote teaching, when I'm drawing on the screen, it's cumbersome to keep one hand here and then draw on it. So that right there is terrible. Yes, there's always going to be a gap. And so yes, particles, things can get inside. So you definitely have to clean it a lot more often than usual. What else I don't want with like this? Oh yeah, the weight. Comparing this to the weight of my Dell 7200 2-in-1. And again, this is the best computer that I've bought so far. This right here is 1.3 pounds without the keyboard. With the keyboard, you're adding maybe close to another pound. So you got 2 pounds total with the keyboard and the computer, and everything's in here. And of course, the integrated graphics is not that great on there, so that's still a bad thing for the Dell. But you know, this total, because it's aluminum, like I said, premium built, it's a lot heavier than what I have been carrying, and I don't kind of like that, especially when I'm carrying other accessories, this, that, and the other in my computer bag. It just weighs it down a lot more than just the Dell. So that's bad. The cost of this is definitely a downer. Even though this was on sale, and I did get this at the 13.5 inch price, this did set me back $2,200. However, I'm glad that I was able to find one that has a 14-day tryout. So I had the guarantee, I had the relief of just trying this out, and if I didn't like it, then I could send it back within 14 days. So like I said, this is like day 4 or something like that. So like I said, it's just very expensive. But that's what you expect if you get 32 gigabytes of RAM, a 1 terabyte SSD, the graphics card, the NVIDIA graphics card embedded in the base. You have to expect, especially when this was retail. Oh Lord Jesus, I will not even think of buying this retail, because I think it was $2,800. Good Lord, that's a lot of money for just a computer. But again, to have everything all in one, to do what it needs to do, the way that I use it, you might have to bite the bullet. And like I said, get it future-proof, meaning get the very best in RAM, graphics, and everything, so that a couple of years down the line, it'll still hold out to play your AAA games, to run your programs, things like that, so it won't get old too quickly. Because computers are made pretty quickly these days with newer processors and things like that. And you will get buyer's remorse when you buy this and then a couple of months down the road, you see another computer that does a lot more than this that costs the same amount. So you definitely probably want to do some research if you are searching for another computer. And you probably, and I'll just say this, want to wait and get the 11th generation Intel processor with the XE graphics. From what I've been reading, they've come leaps and bounds over the integrated graphics that they've had in older computers. So you might not necessarily need an NVIDIA graphics card when you get the 11th generation integrated graphics by Intel. They come leaps and bounds over what they've had in the past. So definitely looking at that, because I'm definitely looking into that right now. So with the cons, and like I said, especially the price really set me back, and I just can't fathom the price of it. So I decided yesterday actually, that this was nice to have, but I'm returning it today. So I've already put in the return request and got my label. And like I said, still a nice computer for those who like it. And the design of this has been the same since it's been released. And when was it released? 5 years ago, 6 years ago. This still looks the same, so it has not been innovated. And I understand why, because this is a very unique PC, and Microsoft doesn't really have competition in this form factor. So just like Apple and their phones, they're like, why change something when we really don't have much competition? in this category. So we're just going to keep it the same. People are still going to buy it because they know it's a quality PC. And that's what they've been making on. However, with the 11th generation processor, that's mainly in Dell computers, maybe some HPs. They're going to be coming out pretty soon, a lot of them. But the Dell XPS 13201, even though it doesn't have a detachable screen, it's very attractive. Very expensive for the 32 gigabyte RAM, 1 terabyte variant. It was like $22.49, but it just looks a lot more attractive, and the starting weight or the total weight is 2.9 pounds. So that's the whole computer, the keyboard, yada yada. So that's looking pretty attractive, even though I'm really hoping that the 11th gen will come into this variant of the Dell 7200 series. So I hope the 7220 will have the 11th generation processor, and I'll buy that without even blinking an eye. So that's just my unboxing and review of the Microsoft Surface Pro 3. Like I said, fantastic computer, just too big, too heavy, and too expensive for me. So if you like this unboxing / review, definitely give that thumbs up. And I'm glad I was able to do this. I am working from home today, so I was able to make this video before I get this out of work. So, like I said, leave that thumbs up if you like the video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Tell your friends about my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video.